I don't think Hajime no Ippo fans fully understand the horror of what's happening right now. And no, I'm not talking about Ricardo. I'm not talking about Takamura's eye. I'm not talking about punch-drunk symptoms. This is about something way scarier. What if this manga never ends? Bro, actually think about that for a second. This story started in 1989. 89, man. Many of you watching this video weren't even alive back then. Morikawa has been drawing Hajime no Ippo for over 3 decades. This goes way beyond manga, man. This is a biological experiment. And lately, I genuinely can't stop thinking about it. The closer this story gets to the finish line, the more terrifying the possibility becomes that we might never actually see it. And you know what makes Hajime no Ippo different from most manga? It feels unfinished on purpose. Not in a bad way either. In a life keeps moving kind of way. There's always another generation, another fight and another lesson, another climb toward the summit. That's why the world feels so alive after all these years. But man, we're entering dangerous territory now. This manga still has huge unresolved storylines. I mean huge. Ippo still hasn't returned, Ricardo still stands untouched at the summit, Miyata still feels emotionally unfinished, Takamura's conquest isn't complete, Kamogawa's dream still hangs over the entire story, and we still don't fully know what it means to be strong. This manga is carrying enough unresolved emotional weight to flatten a small country, and this is why this is so scary. People outside manga culture genuinely do not understand how brutal that lifestyle is. This is not draw when inspiration strikes. Nah, bro. This is destroy your spine, destroy your sleep schedule, destroy your wrists, destroy your posture, destroy your social life, and then repeat that every week for decades. Mangaka schedules are basically medically sanctioned violence. That's why so many creators break down physically. And to be honest, the manga industry is filled with unfinished ghosts because of it. Think about Berserk for a second. When Miura passed away, the entire anime and manga community collectively lost its mind. Because suddenly everybody realized something horrifying. Unfinished stories hurt differently. Especially stories people grew up with. And Hajime no Ippo? Bro, this manga has been with some fans longer than actual marriages. There are probably readers who started Hajime no Ippo before meeting the mother of their children. That is insane. This story has become part of people's lives, man. And that's why the idea of never reaching the ending feels so emotionally heavy. People are emotionally invested in these characters finishing the climb. And I think the fanbase avoids thinking about this too much because it's so uncomfortable. Lately, the manga itself feels weirdly aware of time, especially through Takamura and Kamogawa. Hajime no Ippo nowadays constantly reminds you people are aging now. Kamogawa is slowing down, the old generation is fading away, bodies start deteriorating, and fighters are retiring. Like today's Ippo feels way more reflective than old Ippo, almost melancholic sometimes. Like the story itself understands that the clock is ticking. This is crazy. Imagine if we never get there. No Ippo versus Ricardo, no true Miyata conclusion, no Takamura finish line, and no final answer. Nah man, someone hand me the copium. This would mentally destroy all of us, let's be honest. And before someone says Morikawa already knows the ending, yes, that helps a little. But knowing the ending and reaching the ending are two very different things, especially in weekly manga. People underestimate how physically ridiculous Hajime no Ippo is to draw. Look at the detail, man, the movement, the facial expressions and the choreography. Bro, Morikawa has been drawing men violently folding each other into alternate dimensions for over 30 years, man. At some point your wrist starts filing police reports, and somehow the art still goes hard. The man is still cooking, which honestly makes this even sadder. You can feel the story approaching its emotional endgame, while simultaneously realizing this manga could still continue for years, maybe decades. Especially because Hajime no Ippo's pacing is genuinely built different. Bro, one sparring session can last longer than an economic recession. And to be really honest from my heart, I kinda love that. That slow pacing is why the world feels real. Morikawa lets moments breathe and he lets characters age naturally. That's why emotional payoffs hit so hard. But it also means the finish line still feels far, far away. And that creates this weird anxiety inside the fanbase now. Nobody wants the story rushed, but everybody also desperately wants the story finished. Bro, that's some contradiction. Rushing Hajime no Ippo would destroy what makes it special, but never reaching the ending would hurt even worse. Hajime no Ippo has quietly become a story about time, about purpose and aging. about carrying dreams long enough to finally reach the summit. We don't just want to see Ippo win. We want those years to mean something. We want to see the promise fulfilled, the line crossed, the answer found. Imagine following this manga for 20, 30 years and never getting the final chapter. And I gotta be real with y'all, man. The longer Hajime no Ippo continues, the scarier that possibility becomes. One day, eventually, reality always catches up. And before anybody starts panicking completely, Morikawa said something important today on Twitter. He said his recovery after surgery is going well. And he specifically said he's carefully managing his condition so he doesn't immediately end up needing another hiatus once serialization resumes. That is the important part. Because even after surgery, even while talking about physical limits, the man is already planning his return. That's insane dedication. And then he says something very Morikawa afterwards. He made a joke that since he can't really show the progress of the manga manuscripts visually, his plastic model hobby posts end up standing out more on social media. Bro, even after surgery, the man is still posting model kits while secretly cooking Hajime no Ippo chapters in the background. That honestly made me weirdly emotional. It reminds you that behind this legendary manga, there's still just a guy trying to manage his health while continuing a story he's carried for most of his life. And that's why I don't want Hajime no Ippo rushed either. Morikawa clearly still cares deeply about the story. You can feel it in the writing. So let it be known, Hajime no Ippo is not done. It's rebuilding.